Hey guys, welcome back to the final guild chat of the first day of TwitchCon, the first ever TwitchCon, in fact. I am now joined by Irenio, who is one of our skills. Oh, sorry, I'm cutting you off.
It's cool. Go ahead.
Who's one of our skills and balance designers at ArenaNet. Most notably, I actually recognize him from earlier today with the Druid reveal. You were a rock star today, actually.
Thank you for the introduction.
Just own it. And speaking of rock stars, we also have Phantaram.
Hello.
Who plays Elementalist for the Abjured, which is one of the top PvP teams in NA. And, you know, on this little segment, the final segment to cap out the day, we're actually going to be talking about profession balance, which is something I think a couple people out there are fairly interested in. Just a couple. So pretty cool stuff. So I think we're going to kick it off with talking about some of the more general changes that are be coming in, and we'll go from there.
All right, so I'm essentially going to go down a few of the items on this list. It's a fairly lengthy list, several pages. We're not going to touch on every single change. This is just going to be kind of a preview.
Yeah, to touch on that, actually, the last time that we did a full-on balance stream, it took us 6 hours. We don't have that long because we would be here until midnight. So we're going to cut it down, and we're going to talk about some of the big high-level stuff, and then when we come back next Tuesday, that's right, I said next Tuesday, you can just read the patch notes for yourself.
That's right. So on with some of the general changes. All traps across all professions are going to be a 5-minute unpop duration. This is just kind of normalizing them. It's a communication thing. We wanted to make sure that, you know, when you see a trap, when you have a trap, it's pretty easy to figure out what it's going to do. Next, Rune of Vampirism. Currently, there's some wacky behavior with it. Specifically, all of your profession stuff still works while you are made mist. No more. Just no more.
PvPers are excited about that because we get to use them again rather than them being banned in the ESL.
I'm sorry, you speak so softly. Did you say you don't use it anymore?
We couldn't. They were banned in the ESL.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't
But
have
now we
asked
can
any
use
more
them again.
detail. Shh. Yeah, so Root of Vampirism fix going in, the real fix, the ultimate fix are going in. Yep. And then we got one more general one, right?
Yeah, well, actually, two more generals, both pretty decent. One is that Revealed was bugged for a little while, where it was only removing the last stack of stealth that had been applied instead of all stealth, period. Now it's actually going to properly just pull off all stealth that you have. And other than that, Cripple, which could previously stack 9 times for its duration, is going down to 5. So there's going to be just that lack of, getting someone with stacked to, say, 30 seconds of cripple or beyond.
All right, so speaking of reveal, let's move on to Elementalist. The do you need some tissues or some?
I think I'll be fine.
All right, well, we'll keep those handy just in case. So first off, the Elementalist has been kind of oppressive in PvP, and one of the ways that it was doing so was specifically with burning. And so we were kind of trying to take a measured approach to this and take away some of that oppression, give other professions a decent chance to properly respond without simply getting gibbed. One of these ways is through Blinding Ashes. The recharge on it is going to be increased from 5 seconds to 8 seconds. Still usable, not going to be completely insane. Burning Fire, it's no longer going to apply might whenever you use a cantrip.
Oh, yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Thought I misheard that.
You're good. Drake's Breath, the burning duration, slight decrease, 3 seconds to 2.5. Not too bad, shaving. And Ring of Fire, this is where things get a little more heavy-handed.
Listening closely. This is a lot of changes here.
Yeah, so first off, it's now going to apply 2 stacks of burning for 4 seconds initially. But
So on skill cast.
That's right.
Where before you had to cross over threshold, but now if you're in the radius of it and you cast a skill, you'll be afflicted with 2 stacks of burning.
Right, exactly. And the amount that is applied when you cross Ring of Fire is going from 3 stacks for 5 seconds to 1 stack for 2 seconds.
So, sorry.
Yep.
Speak if
Well,
you can.
We want to see your reaction.
It's kind of a buff, kind of a nerf in some ways. It depends on the situation. So I think overall it's about the same. The one thing I'm excited about, though, is I can actually use the ability against Necros. They can't put 15 burn back on me anymore.
It's true. So actually, there is a one of the trade-offs here is that Necromancer can't dance back and forth between it anymore, and then send it back with Dagger 4 or any other sort of transfer, Staff 4. But I think for the most part, the reason I like this change is because it doesn't limit players who, like, if you're on point and you're trying to leave point and an Ellie throws down a Ring of Fire, you're kind of trapped. You kind of have to stay there for a little while because the amount of damage you would take from 3 stacks of burning over 5 seconds it's pretty substantial. So basically, it means that the Ring of Fire will be initially more useful. You put it down, does damage, applies burning, but you have a bit more ability to leave the point and have to go back and forth between it if you need to.
There are also some very unlucky situations where you might cross through it like 3 or 4 times, like instantly or so, and then
you get like a diagonal teleport.
It would be really bad, yeah.
All right, moving along. Glyph of Elementals. Congratulations, this just gets a buff. You weren't using it before, but hey, it's going from 120-second recharge to 90 seconds. So yeah, just a little bit more.
I think the main comment there for me is like we know that Elementalist. By the way, I pushed a button on this, so I really hope I didn't break it. I don't know what it did. But we know that Elementalist is kind of limited in elite availability and what they can actually use and stay competitive with. Tornado's pretty. Speaking PvP specifically, Tornado is situational at best, and then I would say FGS is kind of the go-to. So I think what we're looking for is opening up Elemental being able to be used a little bit more often. Right now it gets cleaved out pretty quickly in team fights especially, but maybe like a one-on-one node pusher or something like that can go cross-point, cross-map, and fight out a node and actually have the Elemental up, not only just for the initial engagement, but maybe multiple times in those long, drawn-out engagements. So.
Yeah, I could definitely see that being a possibility. If I could use it 3 or 4 times in one match for 1v1s, that would help me win those. That's pretty significant.
All right, I think we're going to move on to the engineer now.
Oh,
so
wait,
that's okay. We'll get to that later.
Oh no, we got some Scepter stuff. Scepter.
Ellie Scepter.
Did he say Scepter?
What?
Did he say Scepter?
I thought. Didn't
I'm
we bubble?
excited.
Okay. Okay.
So I know we're going slow. Oh
you
my
want to
goodness.
talk specifically?
I'm so bad.
You want to talk
we're supposed
specifically?
to save stuff for next week, but
Okay.
What's just what? We don't have to get into detail because I completely blew this. We can say that there are some amount of buffs happening to Scepter.
Yeah.
And most notably, I would say is some damage being added back into some places, and also like things like Dragon's Tooth being ground targeted, so you can actually use it in meaningful ways and not only where
That's
targets. Wow, we're already at the 15-minute mark.
Yeah, we kind of
Irenio,
need to start
hurry up.
blazing. Okay. All right. So on the engineer, Flamethrower, the auto attack on it is getting a damage increase. Boom. Fragmentation Shot, the pistol. It's the bleed duration from it is going to go from 2 seconds to 3 seconds, 50% increase. So you're going to be able to just stack more bleeds baseline. Healing Turret. The Cleansing Burst on this is now going to be affected by AMR, and it's also going to be affected by your healing power. So it's actually going to scale up properly now.
Yep. So the change for AMR specifically is when there's a trait that will recharge your heal, and what would happen occasionally your heal will recharge, but your flip over skill, that your burst skill wouldn't be recharged. So you throw your heal turret down, and you find Cleansing Burst still on cooldown. So that bug, which was a little bit more of an annoyance than anything, has been fixed.
That's right. Okay. A few more. Magnet is there was some strange behavior with Magnet. So before it would not fully pull a target to you if it was near the edge of range, and now it will go the full-on pull of up to 1200 if necessary. Medical Dispersion Field. This was a trait that was pretty universally reviled. We have decided to rework it, so now there is no internal cooldown. It's only triggered by your own heals on yourself. You've got to be the source. And the actual healing gets pulsed out to any allies has been increased up to 20% of the heals that you have applied to yourself. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more play from that. Takedown Round was another trait that didn't see very much play. We have decided to simply increase the damage on it by 50%, and now it's also affected by shrapnel. So cripple bleed there as well.
Oh, we missed one. Mortar.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Straight up. Mortar kit. You're firing mortars. Those are explosions. It's affected now by explosive powder.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff in that trait. You guys should go look it up, but I think we're getting a little bit more damage out of the bad boy now.
Oh, yeah. Okay, continuing to blaze.
I think we, we got some high-level stuff there. Let me look at the list here. I'm going to look over
sure,
into
go for
this area. It looks weird on camera, I'm sure. Awkward. Yeah, let's move on to Guardian.
Okay, so straight up on Guardian. The Shield of Judgment has been changed. It's been normalized between PvP and PvE modes. So now both of them will simply give you apply a 4-second Aegis. Whereas I believe they were 3 seconds and 5 seconds before for...
Well, yeah, so specifically it was... so this is a buff and a slight normalization. So before, Shield Judgment applied 3 seconds of prot in PvP, 5 seconds in PvE, and what was this world? Now it's 4 in both. It's a buff up and a buff down, or is it a buff down a thing? I'm pointing that. It's a buff down. But the added benefit obviously is the Aegis you're mentioning. It's a new
Aegis
thing.
is getting applied now.
Yeah, so anyone you hit with your prot is applied Aegis to everyone. So it's actually a nice little buff there.
Right.
That thing is on a short cooldown. I will say that there's been a lot of complaints about Shield, and so we've actually been looking at that, trying to see what we can do for Guardians in regards to the Shield. And so we did a lot of base cooldown roll-ins, and we actually think we increased it further from the base cooldowns, because the old cooldowns were astronomically higher. And these two changes, we're getting the next one, is our next pass on what we can do to make Shield feel a little bit better.
Right, so we just spoke about Shield of Judgment. Shield of Absorption has been a 1.5 second, 1.25 second channel. Now we're actually going to increase it. It's going to be a 4-second channel. In compensation, we're no longer rooting you. You can now move around with the bubble.
That's a great change for the functionality of the skill, because typically you'd either use it instantly for the heal, because people are walking by you, or you'd use it for the projectile destruction. But now you can pop the projectile destruction as you're walking towards your teammate and then heal them. So it makes it a much...
Yeah, I like to think of this with Mace 3, right? Like a lot of times when I'm playing Bunker Guardian, I'll try to jump on top of someone and pop it off because I'm trying to play defensively, right? So the idea of having shield on and your offhand with that, being able to, protect them with your shield or Mace 3 rather, and then being able to pop off Shield of Absorption and follow them around as people are trying to line up with what's that?
Oh, we got to keep blazing, man.
Oh, was that the time? Were you giving me the time?
That's right.
I am the host. I set the pace. Sorry. Continue.
All right. So, straight on down. Feel My Wrath. This was just kind of really strong. We're increasing the recharge, 30 seconds to 45 seconds. Flat out. Pretty simple.
Yeah. Roy would call it pretty good.
Okay. Save Yourselves. We're unsplitting this between PvE and PvP. This is a straight up PvP buff. We're now using the PvE version of it across both modes.
Yeah. That's pretty much like 100% buff.
Yeah,
Like, that's the actual number.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's move on to the Mesmer.
Alrighty.
So, Chaotic Dampening. We're just increasing this trait, we're increasing the effects of this by 25%. So, from 2% to 2.5%.
Phantaram told me about this crazy build this morning, and then I told him about this buff, and he's like, oh, yes.
I was slightly mistaken about that build. I thought... What's Alacrity? I thought Alacrity was a little stronger than it actually was.
Oh, did I just call you out on stream
you
and
did,
you were wrong? I'm so sorry.
That's cool, no worries. So this is just a quality of life change, but when you use Portal, you're now going to have a buff that actually shows how long you have to throw down the other side of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just quality of life
change. On behalf
change.
of all Mesmers, yes.
Yes.
All right. Sorry, Mesmers. Quality of life change, kind of a nerf here. Prismatic Understanding. No longer going to be 100%. Cutting it in half. That's it.
I like how you just barrel down the camera at them. Like, you don't even flinch. You just look them right in the eye.
Sometimes things need to happen. I'm going to say for the good of the game. On the other side, we were looking at Mesmer Sword. And that is receiving across its main hand skills a straight up buff. So we've got Mind Gash, Mind Spike, Mind Slash, all of them, 10% damage buff.
So I know you skipped over it because of time, but one thing that's really cool here is the focus change.
Oh. Do you want to cover that? You want to cover that?
No, you. All right.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I could just. Yeah. Here we go. All right. So, temporal curtain. I'm just gonna read out half the thing. I'm so bad at this. So basically, in Ropus' world, when you throw it down, you get like 4 seconds. There's a small amount of swiftness, and then it was kind of a pain in the butt because you can only use it the one time. Right. So basically, now when you throw it down, it'll give you was it 14% or 14 seconds? Not 14%. 14 seconds. No, 12.
It's okay.
I got it in front of
it's
my
okay.
face.
Yeah,
even.
12 seconds, no worries.
I'm so excited I'm like tripping over myself. Basically, the gist of it is if you're in Ropus' world, which I notice is the most, you can throw down your focus 4, and you actually get 12 seconds of upfront swiftness, and you don't have to worry about, it just felt bad before. That's honestly just felt bad before.
No, that's a good quality of life change, I think.
I was so giddy over that. I'm embarrassed.
Hey, no, that's fine. I understand that you've forsaken all of your engineer brethren to go Mesmer.
That's totally true. Chronomancer, man.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to Necromancers, because they got some pretty good love.
Yeah, Necromancers. So, Corrosive Poison Cloud has gotten some new functionality, and it's pretty awesome functionality. So, first off, a duration decrease from 12 seconds to 8 seconds. We're giving that back to you in the form that it is now destroying all projectiles that enter into it. Yep, 8-second projectile destruction area. It's also going to pulse every 2 seconds instead of 3 seconds since we're reducing that duration down. Moving right along, the axe skills, they're going up to a 900 radius, so enjoy that little bit.
Like the range
actually,
is
Robert
900?
did a lot.
On all the axe skills, the range is 900?
The range on Rending Claws and Ghastly Claws is going to go to 900.
That's pretty significant.
Yeah, Robert was actually really excited about these changes.
Oh, yeah.
Like he actually had these in a while back, and I remember him talking about it, and
yeah,
being
we
pretty
weren't
happy
able to
about
get
it.
them in like as soon as he had them built, because builds, they happen.
Yeah, like Robert G is like Colin's gift to Necromancers and Mesmers. There you go.
No, it's straight up true. Scepter. Necroscepter. So, very small decreases to the bleeds on the first 2. It is now getting a, oh my, we've got to really blaze. Okay.
Is it 5 minutes?
All right, 5
Was
minutes.
that the 5 warning? I didn't see it.
That was the 5-minute
Oh my
warning.
God.
Okay, I'm just going to start just motor mouthing through this stuff. So, okay. Scepter, 1, 2, and 3. Combo. They have bleeds on them going from 5 seconds to 4.5 seconds. The third skill, it now gets a poison duration increase to 6 seconds, and it's getting a 4.5 second bleed.
It's a buff.
It is straight up a buff. Going to skip a couple of these that would have covered otherwise. Feast of Corruption. So there was a little bit of muddling here. We were trying to make it a little more interesting, a little easier to read. What we're going to do is it's going to apply a base 2 stacks of Torment, and then based upon the number of conditions that the target has, it will apply up to 5 stacks more Torment, 1 per every stack of, per every condition on the target.
Phantaram's given a face right now, but yeah, basically you have
Okay.
It's a lot of torment
I
possibility.
don't know any
there.
necromancers that like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So we skipped over some stuff, but there's a lot of changes in here for Scepter specifically for Necromancer that I think
It's
is going to
true.
help bring it back into play a little bit.
Yep. Lingering Curse. The Condi duration effectiveness, 50% now. That's all there is to it. On the other side, when you go into a transform, your minions will no longer go bye-bye. Enjoy.
Sorry, engineers and mesmers.
Yeah. Onto the Ranger. So, Beastly Warden, the taunt from it was dodgeable and blockable. This was not intended behavior. It's getting fixed. Gotta happen. Most Dangerous Game. This one has gotten a bit of a rework. It's now going to apply 5 stacks of might for 3 seconds every second that you're below. So, if you're under 50% for 3 seconds, you're at 15 stacks of might, plus however much you might gain from boon duration. Nature's Vengeance. This is the spirit-based trait. Yeah, it was kind of really bad for a little while. We're buffing up a little bit on Frost Spirit. Instead of 1 second of might every 3 seconds,
So good.
it's going up to 3 seconds, 3
nerfed
stacks
it.
of might for 3 seconds. So that's just constantly pulsing 3 stacks of might. Enjoy. Also doing similarly, instead of 1 second of swiftness every 3 seconds, you're getting 3 seconds of swiftness every 3 seconds from Storm Spirit, if it's traded. And same with the regeneration from Water Spirit. 3 seconds every 3 seconds. Quick Draw. This one's a fun one. Many of you Rangers pointed out that it wasn't stacking its cooldown reduction with other traits. It now will. So if you've got stuff that's reducing the cooldown on your, say, greatsword abilities, this now stacks with that. Here's a big one. Ranger pets. They're all getting condition damage baseline. Depending upon which family it will be, they will get either 400 condition damage, 700 condition damage, or 1,000 condition damage. Just a quality of life change that, since the June 23rd patch, needed to go in. So here it is.
This last was my favorite one, actually. I'm excited about this one.
It's one that I really enjoyed putting in as well. We Heal is one, the heal shout. It's now going to make it so that, in addition to the heal, all boons that are on you are copied to your pet. All boons that are on your pet are copied to you.
I think that'll
I
make
can
it
see a guy in the
heal.
background waving his arms around.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, people are happy
excited
about
about
that
that
one. Okay, on to the Thief. We're running out of time here, so Thief Pistol, damage buffs. Okay, yeah, we've just been given the 2-minute warning.
Just ignore him, Irenio.
All right.
Just do it.
Okay.
Just go.
All right, Thief Pistol.
We're paying them.
Damage buff, straight up, pretty decent ones. We're talking like 20% plus. Potent Poison damage increase is going from 10% to 33%. See how you guys do with that. Vigorous Recovery. The Vigor duration's going from 5 to 7, 50%, almost a 50% increase. And Expeditious Dodger. This is getting a 100% duration buff from 2 seconds of swiftness to 4 seconds of swiftness because, yeah, 2 seconds of swiftness, that doesn't feel good. On to Warrior, Final Profession. Rousing Resilience is going to go,
So good.
huge percent buff. Increased 130%.
I've dueled Hugh when he's using it, and it's actually a viable method of sustain. I was playing DD. I shouldn't go into story. Continue.
You told me. It was hilarious. I pictured it and was laughing.
Stop. Stay on track.
Okay, on track. Back on track. All
He
right.
gave us a red card.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah, don't want to get banned in this one.
Foul.
Oh, okay. Last Stand, recharge, insane. 90 seconds, taking it down, it's 40 seconds now. The rifle for Warrior is getting a bit of a damage buff, straight up. Shield Bash. Shield Bash and Shield Stance are both getting recharge reductions. They're going to 20 seconds for Shield Bash and 25 seconds for Shield Stance, respectively. Oh, yeah, there was that note you mentioned earlier.
Wait, we didn't finish the one. Shield Bash is also getting an extended knockdown.
Stun duration.
Stun duration. Or,
yeah,
whatever.
from 1 second to 2 seconds. Boom.
Boom.
Okay, and there was one other change we oh, yeah. Elementalists. Ice Bow. 50% damage nerf. It now affects 3 targets per hit. Enjoy.
Thank you for the mic drop, Irenio. So there are definitely other changes that are going to be going in as well. Like one of the ones we wanted to call out was going to be the Vigor trait for Elementalist on crit is going to be normalized with all the other professions that had their Vigor gain on crit normalized. So it's going to 10-second recharge with a 5-second duration instead of the 5 and 5 that it currently has. But there's a bunch of other stuff that's in there. Check it out next Tuesday.